Who do you look up to on social media?
I look up to very many people, but in particular, I'd say Nancy Mwai.
Why is that?
Her social life, I really like everything about her. Yeah.
But you realize that her social life is her work.
Yeah.
She gets paid to do that.
Exactly.
She gets paid to wear those clothes, wear those wigs, have that makeup on, go to those locations, and you realize that that is her social life. Is that her real life?
No.
So why do you feel the pressure to keep up at this young age when really even yourself you're admitting it's not realistic? Is someone paying you?
No, someone is not paying me to.
Someone is paying for you. That's the difference.
Someone is paying me.
Yeah.
Is paying for me to look that way. Why don't I create that brand that I want to create?
But what do you give up for someone to pay for you? That is what we are asking you. Do you recognize what you have to give up for someone to pay for you?
Yes, I do recognize, but currently I don't see any problem in that.
Robert?
You don't see any problem with giving up your body?
Yeah.
As long as you get some money?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you follow someone, Nancy Mwai?
Nancy Mwai.
And she said clearly she's paid to do that, what you're following.
Yeah.
So you want to create a real life scenario for yourself based on someone else not so real life scenario. Now, if you're willing to sleep around, it means you have no value. Because as a lady, you must understand you are a diamond that somebody must dig deep to get to you. You understand what I'm saying? You're 19. You're 19.
Yeah.
I want to tell you something about men. The moment he sleeps with you, he's done with you. He moves on, right? Now, until he sleeps with you, he'll give you all the money you want. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Now, if you get 10,000 from him, your lifestyle is maybe worth 100,000 a month because you say you want a hairstyle every week. You understand? It means then you'll have to move to another man who has to give you money before he gets you to bed, right? And then once he's done with you, you move to another man. Now, I want you to think about this. After sleeping around with 10 men, and then you look at yourself in the mirror, you, yourself, and yourself. How do you feel about yourself? Filthy. Now, social media life. For example, if I ask you what kind of car do you think I drive? Or would you perceive I drive?
A Range.
A Range Rover,
Yeah.
okay.
I can't afford a Range. I can't afford a Range. I don't even drive a Mercedes. I drive a Toyota. Very happy. Now you, because you perceive me to be like that, you'll want to be with so many men so that you keep up with my life, which is fake. I'm just a Luya man from Busia.
Okay, guys. So, on that note, we'll be right back after this break. Still more to come here on Real Talk.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Stacy. My question goes to Robert. He actually said that it's not maturity to date many men. Is it maturity to date many ladies? And why should you castigate the girl child on having sponsors, yet very many men out here are Ben 10s?
The fact that I said that it's not maturity to date many men is because I was reacting to a lady. Now, if a gentleman told me they have many women, I would say the same thing. It's a value thing. The more people you're sleeping around with, the less value you have. And by the way, 19-year-old, close your legs. Your value goes up. So, don't be made by money. Money reveals you. So it means if money reveals you, it means you are made by something else other than money, which is what values do you have? You understand? If I met you in secret and I say, jump into my car, and if it's a Range Rover, will you say no? Or will you say yes because you've seen leather seats, DVD, and you've seen a lot of money in the dashboard? Let me tell you something, and hear me good young people. As long as he's sleeping with you, he's sleeping with 20 others. So don't get annoyed when you find SMSs. By the way, you should never get annoyed because you may have been number 16. When I was studying in the UK, not Kisumu, United Kingdom, I had very many women. But I realized the more women I had, the filthier and the emptier I became. You understand what I'm saying? And the one thing that we had that you don't have, in your day and age, diseases are there like water. You do not have the privilege of sleeping around with more than 2 people. And by the way, you should not even be sleeping with one person until you get married. Now, I slept around. It didn't make me any better. In fact, during those times, my life was a mess.
Absolutely.
Now that I am not, and by the way, it's not that I'm not sleeping around because I don't have offers. I got news for you. I have offers like malaria tablets 3 times a day. But my values will not allow me, because by the way, every time you sleep with somebody, you release some negative things. You understand? When you sleep with a man, you take all the negative he carries. By the way, you take very bad spirits. That's why all of a sudden some of you love drinking tea. Look at the Luya man you slept with. You become like that person. If you're not going to take your responsibility, then you're not man enough to unzip your trouser. So that kind of responsibility requires a lot of maturity, you understand, and decency, and high levels of integrity. And as you're told, lady, let me just say something to you. You don't have to make the same mistakes your parents made. You understand what I'm saying?
Amy, are you listening?
So don't, in fact, I'm sorry, sometimes we use that as an excuse. So don't use it as an excuse, because it will mess you up and your mom will cry when life has become very difficult for you. You understand what I'm saying?